Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 17 online connected franchise mode game. Thursday night football kicks off week 15 of the Primetime Football League, and it is snowing hard in Seattle. Look at these conditions. The 2-11 Los Angeles Rams come on the road to face the 12-1 Seattle Seahawks, and we'll see who has what it takes to survive these messy conditions. And this is not good for the Rams. Rookie quarterback Jared Goff on the road in Seattle, and it's snowing. Goff already leads the league in interceptions. This is not too good. They'll have to rely on their defense as much as they can as Jimmy Graham drops the pass in traffic. Third down, Wilson looking to pass, looking for Graham under pressure, but he still gets it to Jimmy. This is a pretty lopsided matchup, the record-wise and all of that. So what I'm hoping is if we can beat the Rams today, we will have at least a first-round bye in the NFC clinch. And I've mentioned it for a couple weeks now. That's been the main goal ever since we clinched our division, getting a first-round bye, and we're very close to it. Just have to win this game, and since we beat the Packers head-to-head, it doesn't even matter what happens in the last 2 weeks of the season, as that's an incomplete pass for Goff. That's going to force a punt, and we're actually going to return this with Paul Richardson. He's got speed. There he goes. Look at Hecker. He's going to bring down Richardson in the open field, or else that could have gone a lot further. So far, both teams not looking too great offensively. As you can tell, snowy conditions, no one really wants to make that big mistake. As third down and 11, just held the ball right there. William Hayes gets the sack, and we punted away John Ryan. That thing dropped like a rock. Unfortunately, not much punt yardage since we were punting against the wind. So the Rams get the ball near midfield. Now the Rams are on their third owner of the season. When we played the Rams earlier this season, I believe it was week 2, that was their first owner. Then they got a second owner. And then after that, they got a third owner, which if you guys can see in that top right, you guys watch my 2K Pro-Am videos and all of that, that's Brian. That's the guy I play with. He's my center in Pro-Am. We play a lot of times in Pro-Am, a lot of times in Skype call, just like Walsh I mentioned earlier during the season. Brian joined the league, I believe around like week 10 or 11, took over the Rams. They were in a pretty bad state, and he hasn't been winning too much with them, as he gets to stop on third down right there, forces us to punt once again with John Ryan. He's trying to make the best of a bad situation, because the Rams, they don't have their first round pick, and they don't even have their second round pick. The dude who had the Rams earlier this season traded a second round pick for J.J. Nelson for whatever reason. So it's a pretty messy situation right now. You can't even tank the Rams. You just gotta develop players, and that's not gonna help. Goff as another interception to his league-leading total. We get the ball at our own 13-yard line, trying to produce the first points of this game. The main thing I'm trying to do is exactly what he just did. Or not what he just did. Turn the ball over. Third down and 11. Wilson has time right here, looking for the open man, throwing it deep downfield. Oh, that wasn't really the open man, but Jermaine Kearse came down with it anyways, as Thomas Rawls with some rare rushing room, getting a nice gain of 9 yards, trying to get the first down, and we will with Rawls, who runs down Trumaine Johnson into the snowy turf. Now we got first down, hitting Jimmy Graham, and we're in position to score points. That is big in a game like this. Two good defenses, and Graham gets the touchdown. Not only getting points, but converting in the red zone. That's exactly what we did. Jimmy Graham burning the man coverage right there, matched up with TJ McDonald, I believe, or some safety, as he squeezes the pass in coverage right there, and we go up 7 early on in this game as Goff under pressure and is taken down by Michael Bennett as he hits a baby out right there. We'll give him that because it's third down and long nonetheless, close to the 2-minute warning. Jared Goff under pressure, and he just throws it, not moving the chains, punts the ball once again. Johnny Eggers getting quite the workout, and that's actually going to be a 15-yard penalty for fair catch interference. He looked like he dove past him, but the refs had a quick trigger on that flag, and we're going to get the ball near midfield after all that. So we're going to get good field position to start this drive off. Last time we started like deep in our own territory, as dangerous pass by Wilson under pressure, third down, looking to throw the screen, but it's all covered up by Johnson, who gets his revenge after getting trucked by Thomas Rawls earlier in the day, as that is going to be down at the 10-yard line. We're getting some pretty good punts from John Ryan, especially considering the conditions right now. We're doing a good job of managing all that, and really just trying to ride our defense, and Cam Chancellor will give us just that. Not only getting the interception, takes it back for 6, and the lead is doubled to 14, and Cam again again with the interception. This is not a repeat. Chancellor almost took it all the way. Might have taken it all the way if we didn't juke. Next play, Graham up high. Got himself his second touchdown of the day. And very quickly, we are up 20-0. Actually missed the PAT right here. I didn't show it by accident, but I actually missed the PAT. But that's like our third or fourth missed one of the year. Very hard to kick in these conditions. And we ended up missing that one as that catch is caught in coverage. And exactly what I was trying to, stress earlier. Just play through our defense. We have a really good defense. No reason to really force it on offense. And especially if he's making reads like that, we'll be just fine. Cam Chancellor has 3 interceptions in the first half. This guy is controlling the game by himself. Easily the best game Cam has had this season. We're going to fair catch down one at the 24-yard line and pretty much just run this into halftime, try to get rolls, a couple of cheap yards, and can't even do that. Probably just bounce someone a little bit too far outside. The good news for the Rams is they get the ball coming out of half as Tavon Austin with a nice return, but as everything with the Rams that happens good, it goes back to crap with a illegal block in the back penalty. And now Todd Gurley's having a really rough season for this Rams team. Not a good offensive line. Jared Goff's not really helping spread the field with all the interceptions and bad reads he's making as we get a nice stop on third down with Wagner, and we injured J.J. Nelson in the process. 4th down and 2. He's going to go for it right here at his own 27-yard line and get it in the middle of the field. Now, I wasn't really too sure what the rules are with the league where, as he throws an interception on the next play to Jeremy Lane. It didn't even matter whether he got that play or not. But I wasn't too sure what the rules were, whether you were allowed to go for it, because he was down pretty much 3 possessions at that point. So I just told him he could go for it in the game. And if one of the commissioners are watching this video and they're like, you can't do that, that's my bad. I told him to do it. But yeah, remember I'm just playing a little bit of a friendly game right here, 3rd down, trying to get the 1st down with Wilson and just dumping it down the pro size right there. Just playing really safe at this point. We're just going to play ball control offense right here, not going to risk any sort of throws in coverage because, worst case scenario, Russell Wilson overthrows a pass and we get an interception. I'm really not trying to do that. The only thing that sucked was we were, a 1st down away from getting in the field goal range with Hauschka, potentially with the snow as he throws a screen pass. Throwing a lot of screen passes right now, whether it's the Nelson or the tight end Higbee or even Tavon Austin, the 2nd and 11. Goff loses the ball. It's picked up by the Rams, but he's taken down way back there by Michael Bennett after Cliff Averill forced the fumble as Goff eluding the pressure on 3rd and super long and got his man Vincent Jackson. Not a 1st down though. Got to go for on 4th down right here with Todd Gurley, and Gurley got the 1st down, bouncing off the defender. That was all number 30 right there. But really for our defense, we should have gotten out the field, but Vincent Jackson got the catch in traffic. Vincent Jackson, someone traded for him, the previous owner, as that was almost intercepted by Earl Thomas. I feel like, this drive has just been going on for forever. We just got to get off the field as Bobby Wagner with a nice hit on Goff prevents him from getting the 1st down. 4th and 2, once again going for it, once again converting. This is the drive that never ends right now. The clock is ticking late in the 3rd quarter, but all he has to do is score a touchdown right here, and everything else will, play through itself, as that is Todd Gurley with the catch. Next play, Goff rolling out, looking for a man in the back of the end zone, but he throws it out of bounds. A lot of throwing for Goff, but, accuracy, whole another story. But on this play, he gets a touchdown. I believe that was Higbee who got it, and hey, the Rams are kind of in this game. You see right there. That's what I'm talking about. Even when you make a good throw in the snow, you'll still throw it in completion. And when you throw a bad throw, that will be what happens. Very lucky that wasn't an interception as we get the catch on 3rd down. Injury timeout. Maurice Alexander, the safety for the Rams, gets hurt. And you see the replacement right there as we just throw it for Thomas Rawls. He's going to get the catch in. Like I said, ball control offense. Don't want to turn it over. We threw a very bad pass earlier. Got to make sure we don't do that again as Wilson is taken down. This Rams front is very dangerous as we throw the catch to Curse, but not able to get the 1st down. So on 4th and 1, I was like, you know what? Let's go for it. I believe you're allowed to go for it your own side of the field on 4th and 1, and unfortunately we're not able to convert to Jermaine Curse. I believe that's the rule. Me and Brian might have been a little bit shady on the rules today, but Todd Gurley gets the catch right there, and after not converting that 4th down, I kind of broke my own rule of not playing the field position game by not punting the ball right there. And, a little bit with that, like I said, Brian and I were in a little bit of a friendly game right here. We're in a Skype call while we're playing. I was like, you know what, whatever. Let's see what happens after this. I might regret this one, though, because he's moving the ball into the red zone, but Gurley gets stuffed on 3rd down and 3, 4th and 5. Definitely don't want the field goal right here. Going for it with Goff, looking to pass, rolling out under pressure, and picked off by Earl Thomas. And the Seattle Seahawks are getting closer and closer to clinching a 1st round bye, which is very good for us because if we get that 1st round bye, that means that we can rest Tyler Lockett until the divisional round, and then he'll come back healthy. As 3rd and 9, catch for Graham, but no first down. At this point, really, we got to win the game and not get anyone injured, because we do have, the playoffs to look forward to. We already have that all clinched up, and as long as we win this game, a first round bye. So really, I don't want to see Jimmy Graham get hurt. I don't want to see Russell get hurt as he gets the catch with, I believe, this dude Higbee once again. His tight end was all over the field getting catches as he gets to the 31-yard line. Brian did tell me before the game that he wanted to develop his tight end. So I was like, you want to develop him a little bit, go ahead. But if he goes off, I don't have to take care of that. But he's going off, and I'm not really taking care of it. But 2nd and 21, Goff does it by himself. Under pressure, rookie mistake. Got to throw that ball away, and he pretty much cost his team the game right there by throwing it straight at Bobby Wagner. 2-minute warning hits. Out route gets the first down, and it's time to bleed that clock and or take his timeouts away, as Rawls is going to run it. If we put on true clock, he does not call his timeout. Rawls trying to get something going there, and he's actually going to call timeout right here, I believe, to get the ball back. So 3rd down and 10, we come out passing, trying to get a first down to dagger this game. Wilson under pressure, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. Of course, you got Aaron Donald there. If you guys have, been paying attention closely to the line of scrimmage, Aaron Donald was making some very Aaron Donald-like Superman plays at the line of scrimmage, where he was pushing guys way back, especially when I was trying to run the football. 99 was pushing my right guard in my face, or my center in my face, and that's just, playing against him. And then you got Robert Quinn, I believe, got a sack. William Hayes had a 1.5 or 2 sacks, so those guys were definitely dominating, but we rode our defense. Cam Chancellor, that little spurt in that last minute of the first half, as he throws an interception, and this is Terrell that's gonna get a pick 6. And yeah, the defense pretty much got us the game. We got 1 touchdown drive to Jimmy Graham. Otherwise, Cam Chancellor got a pick 6, virtually got a pick 6, returned the ball to the 3, and we threw it fade to Graham. And then we got the pick with Terrell, and that was all of our scoring. Literally all of our scoring. Offense didn't do much. We're stuck with the game plan right here, played it safe, knowing we're going against a bad team. We didn't really have to force anything, and it worked out thankfully for us. And you see Cliff Avery going to get the sack. He's going to try to throw one more play. We send some pressure, and he's able to barely get that out to avoid the sack. 3rd down and 20. I guess he's just trying to develop his tight end. We'll give up that catch. As long as there's no touchdown, it's all good. And we end up getting the victory. We are now 13-1 on the season, and spoiler alert, we are about to be... Actually, we're 12-1 after this game, I believe. No, we're 13-1 after 14 games, but we're going to be 14-1. Or, crap, I believe it's, 14-1. Okay, so basically what's happening that I've been bobbling is that the next game, week 16, we're supposed to be playing the Cardinals, but the Cardinal owner DM'd me while I was trying to set up the game. He said he didn't want to play the game, so our game ended up getting simmed. I ended up getting simmed the victory since he didn't want to play, so we're going to end up being 14-1. We already clinched our, 1 or 2 seeds, so that game didn't really matter too much to me either way anyways. It's cool to get the win, but now it's time to hit the Primetime Football League post-game show, where we recap everything that happens around the league. And I usually say besides the Seattle Seahawks, but we're going to check the box score of that Week 16 game against the Cardinals that got simmed. So you guys see the Dolphins got a big-time victory. The Dolphins needed that victory trying to, win the division and try to stay in the wild card contention. And actually, the Patriots clinched the division. I'll show you guys the division standings after we go through the Week 15 and Week 16 games. We got a lot to cover on this post-game show. The Titans pretty much clinched their division. You see the Chiefs are winning once again. The Browns are winning once again. The Eagles winning once again. But the Lions lose big time to the Giants, and that was costly because they were in a battle to try to win the division against the Packers, but now it looks like they're going to lose that game and potentially be relegated to wildcard weekend. The Vikings have been slumping late in this season. They were firm up there with a chance to get an easy wildcard berth, but they're just blowing that chance. As you guys see, the Panthers got a big-time victory against the Redskins. The Falcons win against the Niners. That NFC South is hotly contested. Oakland winning against San Diego. Good victory right there. San Diego needed that one because they're in their own wildcard battle in the AFC. As we go from the bottom right here, Kansas City winning once again against Denver. Detroit losing again. They are choking the season away when they had a chance to win the division, and they're just trying to crawl to a playoff spot. Cincinnati needing every win possible. They're in the battle for the AFC wildcard spot. Now let's check this box score really quick for our team. And apparently, our defense went off once again. Even when I didn't play, the defense carried us to a victory. The Legion of Boom did their thing. Russell Wilson had a pretty good game. No interceptions. I believe this is the second game in a row we had no interceptions. I don't think we threw one the previous game, so... Russell's starting to get into a groove as he head to the playoffs. The CPU ran the ball a lot more than I do. They ran it like 30 times. Thomas Rawls might have had his most rushing yards of the season. Jimmy Graham got 2 more touchdowns. That is one thing that's consistent. everyone throws it to Jimmy Graham. And apparently Jeremy Lane was a tackling machine. As we check the sacks, our team went off into sacks. No interceptions, but Cliff Aroh got 1.5. Michael Bennett got 1. Mike Morgan didn't get any. He had a lot this season. That's all right. You spread the love around. KJ Wright got 1. Like I said, no interceptions, but defense played very well, helped us win the game. Now let's head back to some recapping where you see the Eagles win once again. The Eagles now have 14-1 on a huge winning streak. The New Orleans Saints, who had a chance to get a wildcard spot, they kind of faltered. Miami wins once again, trying to just stay alive. The Patriots win once again. That helped them clinch the division. The Titans lose, but they actually clinched the AFC South since the Texans lost the previous week to the Jaguars in a pretty bad loss. And the Vikings lose once again. The Vikings are blowing the season as San Diego actually gets the win against the Cleveland Browns right there. Big win for the Chargers. They needed it to try to get that second wildcard spot in the AFC as the Falcons beat the Panthers. The biggest game of the week with the division on the line and potentially just a playoff berth in general. The Falcons eke out a close one against the reeling Carolina Panthers. The Raiders win one right there. Doesn't really matter. They pretty much had the 5 seed clinched up since the Kansas City Chiefs once again won their game, and then that's pretty much it right there. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Baltimore Ravens. That's actually a big one right there because the Ravens are in a battle for their wildcard spot, not the division. As we check some standings right here, starting off with the NFC West and NFC East. These divisions are already clinched up. We have the 1 and 2 seed clinched up. The only thing that is in the works here is who gets the 1 and who gets the 2. The only way the Seahawks can get the 1 seed is if the Eagles lose next week and the Seahawks win. Otherwise, the Eagles can get a tiebreaker since they won the head-to-head matchup. But we got a first-round bye. That's all we're really worried about. We're just going to rest starters next week, most likely. Now you guys see the NFC North and NFC South battles. The Falcons and Panthers both need to win next week because if they lose and the Vikings win, they will lose their playoff spot to the Vikings. And if the Falcons and Panthers tie in their division, the Falcons get the tiebreaker due to having a better division record. The Falcons play the Saints next week, the Panthers play the Buccaneers, and the Vikings play the lowly Bears. So going to be very interesting to see how all of this stuff shakes out. And like I said, the Falcons get that tiebreaker, and the Vikings beat the Panthers earlier this year. So I believe that's the tiebreaker in that area as we check the AFC West standings, where the Raiders, despite a chance of finishing 14-2, will not win their division. The Chiefs have clinched not only the division, but the conference. They have the number 1 seed. The Patriots clinched the 3 seed, and the Titans clinched the 4 seed. All the divisions are locked up in the AFC. The Browns clinched the 2 seed. The only thing that's on the line right now is who gets the 6 seed between the Ravens, the Bengals, the Dolphins, and the Chargers. The Chargers have the easiest task. Win, and you're in. All they gotta do. Bad news is the Chargers play the 14-1 Kansas City Chiefs in the last week of the regular season. That is no easy task to try to come through. So I wish my best to those San Diego Chargers and everyone else fighting for a spot in the playoffs or fighting for some playoff positioning, as we will head to the injury report where there's not really anything to report, thankfully. No one in the league has really been injured on the playoff teams or potential playoff teams. The only injuries are the ones you guys already know about, like Gronkowski, Amari Cooper on the Raiders, as well as Carl Joseph, Gostkowski for whatever reason. You guys see Devontae Freeman. Those are all pre-existing injuries. As now we head to some stats. With 1 week left before the season ends, let's see who can accomplish some last-minute milestones. Like Andy Dalton has the chance to be the only passer this year to go over 5,000 yards. He needs 355 yards passing to get that mark. As you see, Russell Wilson pretty down here, but that's all right. We don't ask him to pass the ball too much, as you guys saw clearly from that game. And now you guys see the touchdown passing leaders were Dalton, Phillip Rivers, and Matt Stafford are all in a battle. And Phillip Rivers and Matt Stafford need to have big games to try to help their teams out. Meanwhile, the interception record has definitely been shattered. It might be like 20-something, maybe 30-something. Jared Goff has pretty much thrown like 3 interceptions a game. There's some crazy high interception numbers. Now we check the rushing battle where Jonathan Stewart had a huge lead, but Isaiah Crowell has tracked him down as we head to the last game of the season. The only thing to keep in mind is that the Browns do have the 2 seed clinched up a first round bye, so Isaiah Crowell might not even play too much in that game. As you guys see, Melvin Gordon close to having 1,000 yards, CJ Anderson close, even Paul Perkins knocking on the door. And then on top of that, the rushing touchdown leaders we'll check in a sec. Jonathan Stewart has a nice little lead, but Latavius Murray has 18. Derrick Henry's having a big season. Jay Ajayi got hurt in that first week of the season. Derrick Henry took the starting job and never looked back. Look, Garrett Blunt's also having 14 touchdowns. Jamal Charles is healthy for the Kansas City Chiefs, unlike real life, and he is going off. And now we check the receiving stats, where Gronkowski is leading. He and Amari Cooper were up there, but both of them hurt, and both of them not playing in the last game of the season. So that's going to give a good chance for Odell Beckham Jr., AJ Green, or even Dez Bryant, and even Brandon Cooks to get most receptions on the season. And AJ Green not only has that receptions to worry about, but potentially breaking the single season record for most receiving yards. I believe the record is not 1,960, around there, by Calvin Johnson. AJ Green gonna need about 150 yards to break that record, and his team is in that wildcard battle, so they're gonna need everything from him possible. And of course, Amari Cooper was up there and had a good chance of breaking the record, but he got injured and is missing the rest of the regular season. Will Fuller having a tremendous rookie year. Odell and Dez Bryant have stepped up big time as we check and see who is getting close to 1,000 yards. Demaryius Thomas just needs 5 yards to get there. Julio Jones gonna need to get some yards and a lot more because the Falcons need to win in that game. Tyrell Williams, also a guy who needs to get a win. Steve Smith Sr., all these borderline guys need big time performances to not only get 1,000 yards, but get a win and a playoff spot for their team. Amari Cooper's got the touchdown thing clinched, and he would have shattered, he would have rewritten the record books if he did not break his leg at the end of the regular season. Meanwhile, you guys see the usual suspects up here having good years. Jimmy Graham for us. We don't have too many guys offensively in the stat sheets, but Jimmy Graham did catch a lot of touchdown passes for us. Great red zone target, and you guys can definitely tell from that statistic right there. As we go to the defense, and it looks like Rolando McClain, who did not play in real life due to all suspensions and all that, is playing for the Cowboys and is going to get the most tackles on the season. Sean Lee also playing for the Cowboys, third right there. Some safeties like Amos and Eric Reeder up there. Most tackles for losses going to Calais Campbell. All the stars in the NFL showing up on this list, like Von Miller, Khalil Mack, Jadeveon Clowney. Then you got some random dudes like Simon right there. And then the sack leader, this is very surprising. Barkevious Mingo came out of nowhere to not only just go over 20, he took the lead in most sacks this season and has a chance, along with Khalil Mack, to break Michael Strahan's single season sack record. I believe it's 22.5. So get 1 or 2 sacks and Mingo's right there in the record books. Out of all the people, really random. Khalil Mack, not so random. Mack's a beast. And then Joey Bosa, the rookie, having a great year. Dunlap's got 18. You see Morgan for us with 14.5. Aaron Donald, defensive tackle. You don't see them on the list too often, but Aaron Donald's a freak of nature. And then Robert Quinnell also on that Rams front. Chandler Jones with 10 after getting traded from the Patriots in the offseason. And then the interception record, I believe, might be 13 or 14 by Dick Lane many years ago in the 1960s or so. Luke Kuechly might have broken the record. He might have tied the record. He's definitely up there. You guys see some Eagles are absolute ball hawks like Jordan Hicks and Nolan Carroll. You got some Browns love right there. Landon Collins and Brian Cushing, 2 Giants. And then we'll go to the MVP list as we end the video right here. 1 week left in the season, and not only are Isaiah Crowell and Jonathan Store battling for the rushing title, but they are battling for the league MVP. Kind of weird that a quarterback is not up there, because quarterbacks are usually up there every year in real life. The first quarterback on the list is Carson Wentz, the rookie, having one heck of a year, and then Russell Wilson right behind him. But it looks like it's going to be a running back this year. They got the top 4 spots. But that'll pretty much do it for this video. As you see, Coach of the Year pretty much coming down to who has the best record. The top 3 records are the top 3 coaches. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Madden 17 online connected franchise mode, all that good stuff. And until then, I'll catch you guys for next week's game, week 17, where, spoiler alert, you guys might see Trevor Boykin a little bit. I don't think we're going to be playing Russell Wilson too much.